welcome to the Never Seen It podcast, the only podcast called Never Seen It that's worth listening to. With us tonight, Mr. Arnie, the one-man partay, a.k.a. Arnold Callego. I almost forgot your name, I don't know why, and I'm not even drinking tonight. Mr. Filipino Grigio, a.k.a. Daily Dares, a.k.a. Alex Callego. What is that, some dram? Is that dram?
Dramcore?
Dramcore. Mr. Ghostner 88, a.k.a. Justin Holden. And then there's me, Boots Too Big, a.k.a. Adrian Dillator. Tonight, we are discussing the 1984 classic for Christmas, Gremlins, by director Joe Dante. After receiving an exotic small animal as a Christmas gift, a young man inadvertently breaks the 3 important rules concerning his new pet, which unleashes a horde of malevolently mischievous creatures on a small town. I am just bad. Like, I do this full time, for podcasting, and I can't even talk.
You're getting paid for this?
No, I'm not getting paid, but you know what I mean, I do this regularly enough, and I can't even talk, which is what it's all about. But yeah, that's Gremlins, a classic Christmas movie for the week of Christmas for the Never Seen It podcast. And was this your movie, Justin? I feel like this is a Justin movie, or am I crazy to say that?
That's a good question.
Whose movie was it?
I mean,
I'm not sure.
Know. You know what? We'll say it's mine.
I think I chose it just to fill in for the Christmas episode.
And that's a good. It was a good pick.
And because I remember you mentioning that you've never seen it.
So I was telling Arnold about this earlier. I have vague memories of watching this because I spent a lot of time hanging out at my grandparents' house growing up as a kid, and we always had the TV on, watching MTV, watching Nickelodeon, watching whatever. And this was one of those movies that we would watch that I remember. The only scene I remember vividly, as I was telling Arnold, was when Gizmo's in the little Barbie car or whatever at the end. But the rest of the story I had no memory of, honestly. So I'm glad I rewatched it tonight, fresh off the presses. And by the way, we're live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So for the 3 people who are on with us, Healing Laughter Power, there he is, hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for that.
HLP.
Yeah, this is a good pick. So yeah, I wanted to say this is a great pick, Alex. It's got the Christmassy, snow, wintry vibes, and this was filmed in my favorite town, in a famous square, a town square, a courthouse square, if you will. The same courthouse square from Back to the Future, one of my all-time favorite movies. And they must have spent like $10 to make this movie because it was all filmed in Courthouse Square, with the best fake snow I've ever seen in a movie. I love that. I love that whole aesthetic. And then I like the theater that they destroy in the end, because I'm going a little ahead, but I have a reason. The theater they destroyed, that facade on the Universal Studios backlot, suffered the same fate in real life. It burned down like years ago. So it's no longer with us.
It was because of Kongfrontation, that King Kong.
It was even before that fire.
Was it really?
Yeah. It was sometime between the early 90s to like whenever that fire happened, which was like 2007 or 8 or something like that. Universal Studio has had a lot of backlot fires. In fact, this is a very, very weird tangent, but I'm in a very niche Facebook group that's called Studio Backlots and Soundstages.
I remember this.
It's just people who love to like the history of Hollywood soundstages and backlots.
Backshots.
That's a different group, actually. That's the private group. Yeah. No, but you okay there?
Yeah, don't worry about me.
I was gonna say, sorry, that threw me off for a second.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's such a famous backlot. It's an iconic backlot.
They actually have their own fire department there.
I've read about that. They do. It's basically a small city.
Yeah.
The Universal Studios backlot. Most studio backlots they kind of need all that because fires do happen, because sometimes ex-employees either start the fire or a fucking loose wire somewhere causes it. Who knows? There's many ghosts.
If you're a fireman, that would be so nice to be stationed there.
That'd be probably the chillest post, you can have.
If you go to Universal Studios, they have a studio tour that's included in the tickets. If you've never been, I suggest doing the studio tour. But the funny thing that you mention it is because like Backdraft was a pretty big movie in '97, and they used some of the stuff from their actual fire department on the studio campus to work into the movie, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. And I used to think that the Universal Studios backlot tour was like just, I don't know, just another plug or advertisement or whatever, just to get people into the park. But I thought it was a newer thing. They've been doing that since pretty much the beginning. Like Universal Studios opened in like the 30s or something, but they've been doing the backlot tour since like the 50s or 60s, I think. So
yeah, it was mostly just the backlot tour, and then they had shows. They were like stunt shows, and they had like an animal stunt show.
Yeah,
which is no longer there because of the Fast and the Furious ride.
I remember one of my earliest memories. See, Universal Studios to me, that's my Disneyland. And I remember going there as a kid, and they did a thing where they showed you how they do Foley art, like sound effects and stuff for movies. And I remember the wobble, wobble, wobble for lightning and thunder. The guy just... That's so cheesy, but that's what they did back in the day.
When we went there somewhat recently, maybe a year ago. I was looking for Knight Rider. I can't believe it's gone now.
Oh, is it? Rip the Knight Rider car. What the hell?
Well, I think Kid is still in the tour, right? If you go on the studio tour, it's amongst all the other cars, right?
The DeLorean, the Fast and the Furious.
I know the last time I went to Universal, they moved a lot of the cars out and replaced them with a section for just like Fast and Furious. Like they do have some like star cars there, but I think a lot of them that were rotting and rusting in the back, they removed them. But I'll be going late December this year, so I'll let you guys know if that.
Yeah, we expect a full report from our man in the field.
Ugh. It's a tough job.
It's a tough job. But hey, no, Gremlins. This is a great Hollywood. This is a great Christmas pick, I think. Not only because it takes place in Christmas, but I do love how snowy the town was. It feels very quaint in the beginning. It has this sort of like cozy vibe. And then, I think what stood out to me as well from this movie is how so many of the characters are very nonchalant about a lot of the happenings in the beginning. Like the dad goes into the shop, he buys Gizmo, and then he brings it home, and his son's like, oh, that's a cool little pet. And I'm like, this is some kind of a alien pet or something, and you're just acting like it's just another... I don't know. Everybody in this movie just felt very nonchalant throughout the whole thing until maybe the last 30 minutes. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, am I crazy or something?
I will say, and I'm not trying to create any sort of controversy or whatever, but it does track with old Hollywood and like how they kind of exoticize Asian culture and how it's just normal to them to have these like weird creatures that I've never seen before, which, it's like, it's not that crazy to see like a normal monkey, Right. But you're not going to see like Omagwai or whatever, just, I don't know. It's not like there's like a Bigfoot just lying around in like some zoo in China,
Right.
I know.
What about the derogatory thing he's like, dragon breath. Dragon breath.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, to cure your dragon breath, you'll use my toothbrush on the go, whatever the hell that thing is.
Yeah. Yeah, because...
And then the camera, pans over to the dragon next to him, all right.
Yikes.
It was very on the nose.
Chill out.
Very casually racist, that first 5 minutes. Here's the thing. I said this in the Discord. This is such a Reagan-era movie, like American exceptionalism. Like there's so many. There's not so many. There's several moments. One of the characters, it's the neighbor guy, the old guy. He's like, "Oh, you got that Volkswagen Beetle? That's foreign. You got to get a good." What was he saying? It wasn't Ford. It was some other car brand that he's like
Dodge. I don't know.
Dodge or something. Yeah. And then later on, when the TV goes on the fritz because all the gremlins are fucking with the antenna, he's like, "I should have gotten a Zenith or something." And I was like. Instead of this foreign, and then like a foreign movie came on with subtitles. He's like, "Oh, foreign." I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like Reagan really did a number on this country back in the day, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Though I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking that aspect of it. It just felt very Reagan America.
I think you're right because like I was watching Stranger Things, and outside of Mikey's parents' house, they had like a Reagan sign. I'm like, oh yeah, Mikey's dad is totally Trump.
Yeah. Well, dude, you know what's insane? Like, that election, and I'm not going to get too much into it, but just quick fact. Yeah. If you look at the electoral college map from 1984, every state went red that year except for one. I can't remember which state it was, but almost every state in the country went red for Reagan that year. So the dude was popular. Like,
it's funny. Like, thinking about it now, like the Reagan era, that just seems quaint in comparison to what's going on today.
I for real.
100% agree. 100% agree. That was like, I think... I don't know. I don't know what it is about that era. I think I think that's when America really reached its peak, and it's been kind of downhill since.
That's when America was great, right?
Yes.
People were saying no to drugs.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes
here's the
to
thing,
dare,
though,
no to
too.
drugs.
Like, there's a scene in Poltergeist, right, where there's like a disagreement between like the family members, and they're talking about like Reagan-era stuff or whatever. And it's in comparison to what's going on today, like having a conversation about your differing political views felt very normal and actually possible versus today.
Yeah.
Today, having a conversation about your political views and your stances, and it's volatile. But I think that's just because like things are so volatile in reality.
Yeah.
Back then, it just felt like so far off. Like, oh, this dystopian kind of idea of the world is so like it seems sci-fi-ish. But now it's like we're on the verge.
Oh my
we're
gosh,
actually at it right now.
We're sobering up. Because when you're in your 20s, you fuck up, you drink, some people do a lot of drugs, whatever. Like they're having fun, they're partying. That was the U.S. in the 80s, but now we're sobering the fuck up, and we're like, oh man, I probably shouldn't have done all those crazy drugs. Although I feel like a lot of movies in the 80s were written by coke-induced writing sessions, and I think this movie has to be one of them because it's kind of a wild concept. Like a lot of movies. I don't
think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. No. Because, like, obviously this is a Warner Brothers produced movie, and a lot of the
Netflix?
theming...
No, I'm just kidding.
There was a lot of, like, Looney Tune themes to Gremlins. Like, there was a lot of, like, I don't know, there, like, some of the music, some of the stunts and skits that they did just reminded me of, like, Wile E. Coyote, Bugs Bunny.
And you saw a lot, did you notice all the Looney Tunes themed stuffed animals in the store towards the end there? You saw, like, Sylvester, and you saw...
Absolutely.
That was a nice little attention to
and
detail.
The Burger King, and when the car smashed through the Allstate building, and I could go on.
Yeah. I feel like that same Burger King facade was in Back to the Future. Maybe I'm crazy, but I could have sworn in Back to the Future they used a Burger King on that because they filmed it on the same backlot, part of the backlot. So
speaking of Burger King,
same backlot, yeah.
So I'm wondering if they just left up the Burger King, the fake Burger King. What's that, Alex?
Speaking of Burger King, right now we're recording this for our holiday special. Right now at Jack in the Box, they're doing a Midnight Munchie, a Gremlins box. And it comes with like a free. It comes with a free Gremlin air freshener.
I was so mad.
Which is funny because like Burger King missed the boat on trying to get that collaboration for this year for the
that
year.
would have made more sense.
Yeah,
They're doing that right now.
Right now.
I was so mad.
Go pick
I was
some up.
so
We'll wait
mad
for you.
because I got a Jack in the Box thing, like the Munchie meal specifically, so I can get that air freshener. And guess
Me
what?
too.
They didn't fucking include it.
Yeah, they didn't do that.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Jack in the
Stingy
Box.
Yeah.
Jack in the
Fuck
Box.
you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Hey,
I hope
but-
you never
Jack
sponsor
in a Box.
us. Fuck you.
No, Jack in the Box, send us all the money.
I'm glad that their purchase of Del Taco failed, and they're gonna Del Taco is gonna go back to like some other
They tried
company
to buy
that
Del
doesn't care about-
Taco? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
purchased
well,
Del
they bought-
Taco?
no, they bought Del Taco. They used to own they owned Del Taco for at least the past
so weird.
6-7 years.
6, 7.
I
And
did not hear about that.
yeah, look it up. Yeah, 8, 9.
6, God damn it.
Damn it! I subconsciously said it.
I'm glad we're doing all this silliness on this episode and not like rose meat or something like that. Would not have been appropriate.
Yeah.
Did you guys get that Grinch meal from McDonald's?
No,
I
because I was
haven't
so
heard of
mad
that
at
meal.
Jack in the Box, I didn't want it. I don't give a shit anymore. Actually,
we
quite
got-
frankly, there was a Happy Meal I tried getting from McDonald's, and then they didn't include the fucking thing either, even though
Was
I
it the one with
requested it.
the Ninja Turtles, somewhat recently?
No, I did get those. But there was like another one that came out, and they just didn't fucking include the toy the 2 times I went and ordered.
You got to
I'm
go
like,
back and tell them.
You know, I'm
Don't
just,
let that
you know what?
slide.
I'm just
You know
not
what
going
I
to
mean?
get fast food anymore. Fuck it. You know, what do I need it for?
Healing Laughter Power in the chat says that he was hyped to be on the set of Psycho. I love the Psycho house in the Universal lot. I have not been back recently enough to see the guy that comes out with the knife or whatever, and he's putting the body in a trunk in front of the Bates Motel set. But man, like I need to see that someday. That's on my bucket list.
You know what's crazy about that is that, like, you visit the Bates Motel, and then immediately after, there's a War of the Worlds plane wreck.
Yeah, that's still there.
Oh yeah.
You know what used to be there? The Lost World / Jurassic Park 3 set, which has
I
since
missed that.
fell to pieces, and they've gotten rid of it altogether now because it was just a rotting old structure.
Also, during the holidays, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to have the Grinch set during.
Oh yeah, is that still there?
I don't know if they still have it.
For the longest time, they just never broke down the movie set for the Grinch, so it was just a part of the studio tour.
Oh, really? I thought it was just for the holidays.
Unfortunately, no, it was actually all year round for like a long time, and then they got rid of it to put something else there. But yeah, they filled that space. Yeah. To put more Fast and Furious vehicles in. Like I'm telling you, they're like doubling down on Fast and Furious, and I don't get it, but whatever.
For those of you listening at home or watching right now who haven't been to Universal Studios, if you go to California, go to Universal Studios. This is not a plug, although I wish they would pay us. And take the famous backlot tour. You know, it's how can you not? Healing Laughter Power says Reagan fucked up a lot of people's perspectives. Well, yeah, he did. Healing Laughter Power, you're right. But to a lot of people, at least 51% of the country right now, they look back at the Reagan era with rose-tinted glasses because, you know, history's a bitch like that. He was the host who introduced to Disneyland's opening. Reagan was? I didn't know that. That's interesting.
He was, actually, yeah, because
Adrian should have done more
he
drugs.
was an actor before he was president.
Not a good actor either, but, you know, that's a whole other topic.
I think on the animatronics, I think they have Reagan in it. I could be wrong.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Florida, yeah.
Florida?
Is that like...
They have all the presidents in the Hall of Presidents, yes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he was cryogenically frozen like Walt Disney supposedly is it. Yeah.
No.
Healing Laughter Power says Adrian should have done more drugs. No, I shouldn't have Healing Laughter Power, believe me. You think I'm bad now. Just imagine if I had done drugs, so...
Not be bad to the bone.
I was reading on IMDb that in Cantonese, Mogwai means devil, demon, or gremlin.
Yeah.
The Mandarin pronunciation...
Okay. And Mogwai is also the name of a British post-rock band.
Oh, nice. That's a great name for a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now.
Interesting.
You showed me them, Alex.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really one of my favorite prog rock, post-rock bands.
Nice.
Crazy, super loud. I saw them at Coachella one year, and they're so loud. They're like one of the loudest bands I've ever seen. I remember like standing and watching them, and they're just... When they were playing, I could feel my clothes shaking.
Like that.
So loud.
That's how you mentioned this because I remember you had like a fat stack of all those posters because you were part of the Golden Boy Street team. And then I remember reading through all the names of the bands. I'm like, I remember reading Mogwai.
Yeah. 8-9.
What the hell has Zach Galligan also been in? Because I don't know him from anything else. I'm looking at his letterbox. He's been on a ton of other horror movies, none of which I recognize. Justin, have you seen him in other stuff? Zach Galligan, who played Billy in this movie? Oh, he was in Hellraiser 3, apparently. Okay.
Wasn't he also in, what is that movie, American Werewolf in London?
I think so. Yeah, he's done a ton of horror movies.
As far as this, you're talking about the director, right?
No, the actor that plays Billy in this movie. Zach Galligan. He's been in it.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know much of his history.
Neither do I.
Film. I'm not.
At first, when you mentioned his name, I thought you were going to say Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, I thought you said Zach. No. Well, I mean, apparently he's returning for the third movie.
They're
supposedly.
doing a third Gremlins?
Yeah, they're doing a third Gremlins movie after all this time since the second batch.
Well, that's the that's the big thing now, right? Studios are doing remakes and sequels and prequels and shit up the ass, right?
Yeah, you know, it's funny, like because I've been rewatching Stranger Things, and there's like a lot of 80s. Obviously, they base their show off of a lot of 80s movies and stuff, and it's kind of funny when I was watching the second season or the third season? Second season, and then like Dustin was raising Dart. The things were like absolutely similar to how Gremlins is, or how like the Mogwai are, because Dustin was like feeding it, and then it got water on it and stuff like that, and then it just got like bigger and bigger and stuff, and then you found spoiler alert, you find out that it's a Demogorgon. But shit. I felt like season 2 was heavily inspired off of Gremlins, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. I'll need to watch Gremlins too. Phoebe Cates is also in this. Phoebe Cates You know, if you know, you know. The girl next door, Phoebe Cates, she kind of looks like Jessica Alba to me a little bit.
So athletic. She's so athletic.
I don't know. I feel like that's out of pocket. I don't think she looks anything like her.
I mean, I'm just looking at her picture on Letterboxd. It's the bangs. She's got the same bangs as Jessica Alba. I don't know why.
The gorgeous Jessica Alba.
The girl. We all like Jessica Alba. Yeah.
I don't.
I love the creature effects in this. I love the puppetry effects of the Gremlins in this. Do you guys think it aged well? I think it's aged well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we watched it with
I mean, maybe
my
not
friends
some things.
Not some, yeah.
Sorry, I'll go ahead.
We're all like, oh man, I want a Gizmo, I want a Gremlin. It's just so cute, man.
Let me ask you guys this. Do you know what a Texas switch is?
Only on your mom.
Not that kind of Texas switch. No, a Texas switch is like, you'll see this in movies and shows, and once you see it, you'll never unsee it. It's when like an actor will jump behind a couch and then the stunt double will pop up and then keep going or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's when you switch the actor for their stunt double, and it's called a Texas switch. And I noticed in this movie, a lot of the times with Gizmo, whenever they would like pick him up, they would kind of like put him off screen a little bit, and then they would pick up like a different version of it. So, because depending on how the mechanics were, I don't know how the mechanics of it were. I noticed that a lot in the beginning with Gizmo. I thought that was really.
I noticed that with when they moved him from the bed to the desk to like play the keyboard.
Yeah. That was a great example.
Yeah.
You guys have a great eye for that. I was totally fooled.
Yeah. They do a good job. They do a good job. Like it's very, you got to do a very one fluid motion, you know. But being the '80s, I imagine that it was ran by lots of wires that you couldn't see, so they had to like have different. The Gremlins themselves, some of them look good, some of them did look a little bad. Like you can tell, like one that was hanging off one of the wires, it was just a doll that was just, you know, tied to the wire, and it was just, you know, moving from the movement of the wire, and it wasn't moving independently by itself.
It's like they repurposed those like Santa hanging from the Christmas light things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they just like repurpose that. Yeah. No, I think I love like it holds up like it, but I'm biased because it's like a really good movie for me. I love the puppetry.
Yeah.
A lot. I love Gizmo. He's cute. You know, honestly, okay, Gizmo's cute, but low-key, in my opinion, he kind of ugly. He like ugly cute, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know. There's some things in this movie that obviously have not aged well, like the blatant racism in the beginning of the movie. Yeah. Quite frankly, I think the racism kind of continues throughout the film. But and little
the black guy dies first.
Yeah, obviously.
The black guy dies first.
And the funny thing is, you're talking about the cuteness of like a Gizmo, and there's a study that went around like about, you know, people want to have this predilection to care for things, right? Especially like, okay, so you look at a Gizmo, right? It's like a giant head, right? And if you look at a lot of cute things, you look at baby like Grogu, like giant head, you know, very cute. You know, and
you're right. Grogu does kind of have that same design.
And you look at like Funko Pops, right? Funko Pops. That's why people were like so like drawn to it.
Yeah.
And if you look at any of your favorite, like, there you go. You look at any of your favorite like cartoons. Yeah. A lot of your favorite cartoons, they have giant, like their characters, especially the ones that you like,
this one actually
that you really are like drawn to, have gigantic heads because they're
We're
like
doing ASMR
cute,
now.
You know,
Jada De Laurentiis. Oh wait, no, that's a real life person.
Is that your designer brand?
Jada De Laurentiis has a big forehead.
Arnold, what are you wearing now?
De Laurentiis?
Who are you wearing? Sorry, who are you wearing? Not what are you wearing? That's not a perverted. Pretend you're on the red carpet. I'm asking you, who are you wearing?
This is Never Seen It podcast.
Nice.
But the scent is Tommy Bahama.
Oh, nice. Little spritz on each wrist.
I usually do on the nipple, right on each nipple. And then I put the shirt on.
About this. But no, the creature design was great in this movie. I was gonna say, let me ask you guys this: what did you guys think about the one scene in this movie with Phoebe Cates where she's telling Billy about how her dad died? How did that play for you guys?
Like, okay, Okay, so like she like pulls him aside and it's like, oh, okay, we're gonna have a sentimental moment, right? And then she just fucking lore drops and trauma dumps on this guy, and then the scene just cuts and they move on. They're like, oh my god, like, are you okay? For real? Like, this is fucking a lot, dude.
It feels very, very contrived. It feels very contrived.
It does. So apparently the studio hated that. They didn't want it. And Joe Dante had to fight for it. And even Spielberg was like, it's not good, but it's your movie, so I'm going to let you keep it in. Because Spielberg was the producer on this. So he kept it in. And
it's funny.
And there it is.
Because, like, the DVD, the 25th anniversary Blu-ray, comes with, like, special featurettes, and it comes with a section with extended scenes or scenes that were cut from the movie. And then, like, the director and cast were, like, talking about, why they, like, cut certain scenes. And were like, oh, because it's redundant to the plot. Or, oh, it just was a little bit weird and ran on a little too long. And I turned on the commentary for this specific reason. But they never, like, talked about like why they left that scene in particular and that dialogue in, and I just thought it was kind of like hypocritical of them to like, they're like, oh well, it was a little bit we were a little short on time, we didn't want it to be 2 hours and 30 minutes, so let's cut these scenes out because they're redundant. But then they left that in. I thought that was an interesting choice, but I think that scene in particular, I think I get it though. I think that scene was meant as probably a comedy moment that wasn't taken in that sense, because when I watched the movie, I'm like, that's pretty fucked up about what happened to your dad.
Because her dad died in the chimney.
Yeah,
got stuck in the chimney.
In the same sense, if you threw a dialogue in a scene like that over like a Family Guy episode, that shit would be fucking hilarious.
Right.
And I think that scene was unintentionally funny.
Yeah, and Phoebe Cates played it straight. Like you could tell she was acting in that.
She was a serious actor.
Yeah, she wasn't trying to be funny. Healing Laughter Power says that's not a natural conversation. I mean, what was the context of that? They were doing something.
Seasonal depression. That's what it was. Yeah, they were talking about like why she didn't like celebrating Christmas because she gets depressed, and then she reveals
that's
why
right.
She was depressed, and her
spoiler alert.
It was
for those who don't know.
weighing on her for so long ever since she told him that she doesn't like Christmas.
Right.
She's like,
exactly.
I gotta tell someone.
Yeah,
I gotta tell someone else.
Spoiler alert for our audience out there. She talks about how her dad, I guess, dressed up as Santa and wanted to surprise them as children.
Yeah.
That he was Santa coming down the chimney to bring presents, but I guess he like slipped and fell while climbing into the chimney, and then fell straight down and broke his neck. And then died instantly. So that's
I meant to ask you, Alex, about that. Is that a real functional camera, or what is that? What is that?
It is. It is a cute little functional camera.
I like that. It's a little gadget. It's a little gizmo.
You know what? I was when you guys were talking about how she was describing how her dad died and everything.
Yeah.
I was like kind of low key. I'm like, I don't remember this. Did I? I mean, we watched it at during our break at work together. But now the part that he dressed up as Santa and died in the chimney. Then I remembered that I remember it now. What that did for us was it opened up a side conversation during the movie. So I kind of she said that, and then we were talking about that and how apparently it happens somewhat often, or at least it did.
Yeah,
and a lot of people do die like in the chimney, dress up as Santa Claus to try and like it's a real thing. Like
that I never heard too much about. The seasonal depression, that I have heard about.
Mm.
And Healing Laughter Power reminds us that yes, they talk about people cutting their wrists as well. Yeah, so there's a couple of like relatively dark, heavy moments, but the movie overall is very campy. Like it's super campy.
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be more on the darker side and less on the campier side, but it was very campy, and it works. I think it worked for me. I really appreciated how they really took their time to show us the Gremlins in the very beginning. I thought they were going to do that shot you see in the movies when they first introduce a character like that, where they do like a big reveal, like the camera dollying in or something, but no, like when you first see the full body Gremlin, it just kind of happens really quick, and then you see them a lot more after that. But you were going to say something, Justin.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, we've all seen this movie, right? Who has not seen it?
So
I missed that part.
I've seen it years and years and years and years ago. So
Oh,
I
so
vaguely
it's been a
remember.
long time.
It's been a
Okay.
super long time.
Yeah.
All that I knew was that Gizmo is cute, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that there was all those other Mogwai.
I
didn't even know
remember
what the story
Gizmo
was
in the
about.
little Barbie car at the end, or whatever.
I didn't even remember that.
That was Gremlins was. Gremlins was one of the movies that was part of our Uncle Rudy's collection.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like that one, actual like VHS tapes, right? It was Gremlin. It was Gremlins and the Golden Child, and I can't remember. There's like a third movie. Oh, shit.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Wow. I love that. That's a great little
Nice.
action
Yeah.
figure.
It's Stripe with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thanks.
I like the scene in the bar where they're all going nuts, and Phoebe Cates is trying to like serve them and stuff, but they're all going fucking nuts. And you have like a table of them playing cards, but then you have the one in the hat, and he's at the table by itself, and he's like, what was he doing, smoking a cigar or having a drink? And he looked like this downtrodden, like old timey detective or something. And I was like, okay, this movie's not trying to be serious at all. This is. I get it. The carolers.
The Flasher Gremlin. The Flasher.
Yes. Oh, that was loosely based on Harvey Weinstein, I believe. No, but
I wouldn't doubt it at that
wouldn't
moment in
doubt it.
time. There's people that knew
peak.
about his antics
well,
even then.
and
yeah.
not just him, by the way.
Yeah, no.
Hollywood be Hollywooding. But yeah, Hollywood be Hollywooding. What the hell does that even mean? Yeah, super
Wooding.
campy. And Arnold, hey, 35 minutes, my friend. I feel like, no, I'm just kidding. You don't have.
Dude, I was all busy eating freaking chocolates and stuff. No
This is the
wonder my hips
exercise.
are getting a little stiff.
Yeah, this is the exercise moment of the Never Seen It podcast. And I'm glad we're saying spoiler alert, because it's always important to remind people of spoilers from a 40-plus-year-old movie as well. 84.
I'm going to join Arnold.
No, George Orwell thought that 1984 was going to look a lot different. I don't think he ever imagined something like this. As far as Gremlins goes, get wet and stretch is what Healing After Power says. I like that. Healing After
Get
Power.
away and stretch.
Get wet and stretch. Did you guys catch?
Arnold, is your hip swivel influenced by Rick Rude, ravishing Rick Rude?
Definitely, 100%.
Is that a wrestler?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. One of the
Look him up on
one of the-
YouTube.
Rick
They'll probably,
Rude.
you probably have like compilation videos of him.
Jamie, pull that
swiveling
up.
zips.
Jarvis, clip that.
Yeah. Did you guys catch? I didn't catch it. Did you guys catch the Spielberg cameo? Apparently, he's the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the electric wheelchair at the science convention when the dad's on the phone. I did not. Was he
Dude,
like
that whole scene is,
That whole scene
is
is
magic.
Yeah.
It's magic.
It's
Tell
so
me about
unhinged. I love it.
Yeah.
just because of the mad scientist tech
Well-
vibes or whatever?
I'll let Justin. I'll let you talk about it.
Well, okay, maybe Alex. How about you and I go back and forth? I'm just going to point out the first obvious one
Yeah.
is that okay. So there's reference to Back to the Future in this movie, and it's in that scene in particular. And it's like it's not even like the DeLorean; it's that machine from the movie The Time Machine, the original.
Oh
the
yeah,
Time
I
Machine.
did catch that. Yeah,
And
yeah.
the guy, the two guys in the background are like talking, and then this guy's like getting his shit ready, and then in the next scene, he's gone, and the guy's like,
Yeah.
like there's like a book on the ground, he's like trying to pick it up or something. He's like, oh man, so the guy successfully went through time in Gremlins.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I did
and
not
there's
catch that.
Also in the background, like where the dad is on the phone in the phone booth, right? There's a guy who's like peering in.
I'm
to
watching it right now.
The
Yeah.
phone booth.
Yeah.
And the guy that's peering into the phone booth is the composer for the music
Oh, nice.
of the movie.
That scene was dense with the cameos and the little Easter eggs. I'm seeing Spielberg now.
Wow.
He crosses the screen in the little thing, and then he
Yeah.
goes around.
And what's the name of that robot that's in that?
So
scene?
that's the thing. So it's not a Dalek, but I believe it's. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just basing off of this what I remember, maybe. But that's the robot from what's that fucking
Lost in Space?
Lost in Space? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
that robot.
okay.
I forget what the robot's name
I
is,
just
but
guessed,
it's the
by the way. I
original
didn't even
robot from Lost in
Yeah.
Space. I believe.
That's funny.
But hey,
I'm
maybe
pretty
the
sure you're
audience
right.
can correct
I'm
me on
pretty
that.
sure you're correct.
Yeah.
I like how he's at a convention in that scene, but you can tell it's like a very small space.
Yeah.
Like the convention floor looks tiny.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if that were a sketch comedy scene or show, or whatever, that shit would have like nerds rolling because that shit was hilarious. Honestly, for them to include such an out-of-pocket scene was hilarious. It's like the funniest scene in that entire movie for me.
Yeah.
It's a nerd's dream.
The movie
Nerd's
cost
favorite
$11
dream.
million to make at the time, which in today's money would be about $88 million.
Jeez.
So that's not a lot for being like a big studio movie, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
$11 million. Yeah. And they made use of that backlot, man. They were like, no, yeah, Courthouse Square, let's cover it in fake snow and take it from there. But yeah.
I wonder
Go
what
ahead,
the
Arnold.
cleanup is like for things like that. They're like, oh shit, we gotta we have a something being filmed tomorrow. It's gotta be summer themed. We gotta clean this shit up.
Living in Denver now,
They're all like,
where it snows.
what else can we book that is in the winter?
Yeah.
What other movies?
I could tell the snow was fake because when you see like some of the characters running or walking through it, the physics of it doesn't make sense for how real life snow behaves. So I just living in Denver where it snows, I was like, oh, that snow when he's walking is all wrong.
Did anybody else think this? You know how with a drop of water on a gremlin, they'll multiply, right?
Yeah.
But weren't they running through the snow? And isn't snow
Water.
also water?
Yeah. That's a good point. I did not think about that.
I thought of that ever since I watched this, like for the first time. I was like, why isn't the
wow? Yeah, they should have been
their
duplicating.
feet should be like popping with like.
I mean, that movie theater was pretty full, pretty fast. I thought.
Yeah.
Like, that. By the way, I like how big the movie theater was compared to the outside. And I read this phenomenon where people don't realize how big movie theaters are from the outside. Like the outside, it looks kind of small. Then you go inside, and it's like, how does this hold 15 auditoriums? That's crazy.
Yeah.
How does that tiny theater hold that huge of a auditorium? But
I think this theater in particular has gone through a lot of things. It's had a car drove through it, and the Gremlins taking over
Gremlins taking over. Yeah.
But remember,
Theater has been
Justin,
on some hard times.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Listen, remember when we went to the Brain Dead Theater in LA? It looked tiny from the front, but when you go inside it, it was pretty big.
Yeah,
it was pretty big, honestly, for a vintage movie theater. the auditorium was like it wasn't okay. It wasn't like auditoriums that were known for where it has that like slope seating and stuff. It was just like flat grounds. If you can see it, there
was a slight grade, I would say.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I also, my glasses broke that weekend too, so I couldn't see in general. So I had no glasses to watch the movie. What movie was that we watched? It was
Grandmaster. The Grandmaster.
Grandmaster. Good movie,
Wong
by the way.
Kar-wai's Grandmaster.
Yeah, good movie. But I appreciated that theater for what it was, and I would love to go again because...
Me too.
I feel like that theater in particular is meant for theater watchers. Like hardcore
I love that
film buffs that like the old school.
I love
style
their
of
refreshment
watching.
stand. That
little corner thing was like a table long, probably as long as my table here. It was cute. Don't get me wrong. It was a cool place. I miss that theater, but that theater reminded me of the Gremlins for sure. Or the Gremlins.
Like they were watching Snow White. That was really funny.
Yeah, back in 1930s.
Yeah.
You're old as hell.
No, in the movie, in the Gremlins, they were watching.
You're right.
I mean, I did grow up watching Snow White. It's part of the Disney. It's like the pantheon of Disney classics. Snow White, etc. What was it? There were so many moments throughout the movie. Billy's watching like old black and white movies and stuff. Do you think people were still watching black and white shit back in the 80s? Or do you think that was just? You think so?
Absolutely.
I mean, I was.
Yeah, I still watch black and white movies even to this day.
That's fair.
Like, was it the Holiday Inn is what his mom was watching? And he like walks into the kitchen and he's like, he's like, what's wrong, Mom? Or whatever. He says whatever. And then his mom is like, yeah, this movie is sad. I'm like, you're right. This movie is fucking sad. I don't know why that movie is just a nationally treasured holiday movie. That movie's fucking depressing. It really is. And I agree with the mom. Even back in the 80s, like, she knew. She's like, man, this movie's sad. Yeah, I'm like, yes, that movie is so fucking sad. Like, why I don't know.
I didn't really catch that. I was too caught up with her poor knife skills. Her hand was like held the wrong way. Like she could cut off a finger when she was cutting those onions. I was like, and she was looking at the TV. She's all like you
Isn't there a way to do it? Like you put your knuckle,
like your fingers curled in.
Yeah, that way you're.
You're cutting. You could
Yeah.
actually use your fingers to guide the knife.
You use this knuckle to as a guide.
And if you were to cut something, you wouldn't cut off a whole finger. It would just like slice the.
You just.
Which has happened to
watching
me.
many
I go like this when I cut things. I go
many
like
episode of Kitchen Nightmares. That's what I learned.
It's like
Your
this.
fingers,
I
Justin.
go in between the fingers. Yeah,
And I go,
that's how I cut my tomatoes so perfectly every time. is-
I do it like in Deer Hunter,
Finger
where you go between each finger.
just like-
in Deer Hunter.
Challenging yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the first few deaths of some of the gremlins, like the one that goes in the whatever machine.
The microwave?
head first.
Oh.
The microwave explosion
Microwave was
was
awesome.
great.
Microwave
And then
is
she
my
just like
favorite one.
stabs one to death. Just
Dude, I will say like
great.
that when she stabs that one, that she redeems her knife skills for
Yeah.
sure.
I appreciate the subtle foreshadowing, the subtle / not so subtle foreshadowing with the oranges in the beginning of the movie. Because
Yeah.
that's the same when he puts the oranges and it explodes, and then Corey Feldman comes in. By the way, Corey Feldman just disappears at some point.
Well-
and then he pops up really quick, and then you don't see him again after that.
Yeah. I think that was like the reel in thing. Like people weren't sure if this movie is going to be good, but they're like, hey, we have Corey Feldman
Yeah, we have Corey.
in his prime.
Yeah, this was before. This is 1 year before Goonies. Okay, so
I mean, he was still popular even before the Goonies.
who would you say is the modern Corey Feldman? I don't think we have one. One of the kids from Stranger
Corey
Things.
Feldman is the one and only. I'm sorry, I don't give a shit what
The
anybody
modern day
says.
Corey Feldman is Corey Feldman.
He is he's such a unique person. I think Corey Feldman is only going to be Corey Feldman. Sorry,
I think you're right.
he earned that title.
Yeah,
I can't think of the guy's name, but no.
the Corey Feldman of today.
Yeah.
It's not Finn Wolfhard or whatever his name
No.
is. Stranger Things. No.
Gosh.
What about the
Pedro
kid from
Pascal.
Sixth Sense? The kid Sixth Sense. The Haley Joel Osment.
Oh, you mean Sora from Kingdom Hearts?
Sure. Yeah.
Deep cut for those who
Very
know.
deep
I'm
cut.
sorry.
Speaking
I'm a
of
game
deep
nerd.
cuts, Healing Laughter mentions Killer Clowns. I'm assuming he means Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which is a wild movie I watched as a kid, and I probably shouldn't have been watching that as a kid because the movie was violent. But
You know, the puppetry in that movie is also
Yeah.
just as excellent, even though it's campy as hell.
very campy. Yeah. Would you say that's like a cult classic, Justin, in the horror?
Definitely a cult
World.
classic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
What's
Yeah.
cultier, that or Lawnmower Man?
Killer Clowns is cult
Okay.
tier. I feel like Lawnmower Man is a cult classic for myself, personal. Yo, I did some rage hating on TikTok because someone shit on Lawnmower Man. I'm like,
What?
Here's my fucking 2 cents, you stupid motherfucker. Yeah, if you're watching this, fuck you. Lawnmower Man's great. I don't care what
It's
anybody
good
says.
because it's bad.
It's so
right?
bad. It's
It's
so bad.
good because it's bad.
But it's
I
good.
feel like Killer Clowns has a larger fan base.
I think you're right.
In conjunction to Lawnmower Man, because I mean, you see so much of like merchandise, like T-shirts. I mean, people just love it. I mean, just the aesthetics of it all. It's like I feel it's kind of hard to recreate the aesthetics of the Lawnmower Man in
I think
any
so.
sort of merchandise.
You can't.
Yeah.
It's impossible because
Yeah.
it's. And
You can't
I
make
agree
an
with
action
you.
figure.
You can't make it. Well, I mean, I'm sure they had some like to promote the movie in some shape or form, but
You're gonna have to find it.
it's like
eBay.
it's not. They're not iconic characters. Like Pierce Brosnan is not a toy to sell. What's his name? Matthew Dahey, or whatever his name is. He's not a toy
I
to
don't know.
sell.
I kind of want to action figure him now.
I forgot that Pierce
I don't know.
Brosnan was
There's
in
nothing
Lawnmower
about
Man.
that movie that is profitable in the toys section. There's,
I don't know. Let's get a hold of NECA. See if they'll make it.
If NECA comes out with a Lawnmower Man line, I'm going to die. I will kill myself.
You need to start a campaign, dude. We should start.
All
Yes.
right,
You know what?
fuck it.
The
I'm
Never
gonna
Seen
start
a
my email
podcast.
right now.
Yeah.
The Never Seen a podcast is now going to start a Lawnmower Man action figure campaign.
We gotta
Yeah.
bring in that
NECA,
buddy.
yeah.
The next
Yeah,
100
yeah.
posts on our TikTok is going to be about Lawnmower Man.
Yeah.
If everybody can donate to our PayPal, $5, just $5 per person,
Yeah.
we will make this shit happen.
Yeah.
Mic
Hopefully
drop.
we will avoid any intellectual property lawsuits.
No, fuck it. We'll just call it Man of Lawnmowers.
Healing Laughter says he wants the Preacher action figure.
I've got to rewatch that.
Me too,
Long, long.
actually. We should revisit
Are
some
you
of
sure
the,
about that?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Isn't it
Or
interesting? Like
watch Killer
Right.
Clowns.
Killer Clown. Yeah,
Watch
never-
Killer Clowns, yeah. Watch
Yeah.
Killer Clowns
Oh, the
again.
sequel to Lawnmower Man. Didn't you buy that?
Oh, there was a
Justin,
sequel.
Didn't you buy that at when?
No, I just bought the first Lawnmower Man on VHS.
VHS.
Yeah. That's the beauty of the show. We'll do really character-driven drama pieces like Rosemead, and we'll do like slice of life, grounded dramas like Left-Handed Girl, but we also do like Akira and Lord of the Fireflies, which I wasn't on that episode, but I've heard it's really good.
Oh.
And then we'll do like a Serbian film and Gremlins, and oh, there you go, nice.
It's still in its packaging, by the
I
way.
noticed that.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
And
You bought
Lawnmower
that.
Man.
Never
You bought
mind.
that
Just the outside.
whammy. That one used VHS store,
Yeah,
right?
whammy
Do
video
you own a
store.
VHS player, Justin?
Yeah.
You do, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I do. Otherwise, I
kinda-
wouldn't buy these.
Low key, I want to buy one from Goodwill and buy some tapes and make Monty watch old movies on VHS and just like see his reaction. But like, if I put it on my TV, it's gonna be like nothing to him because it's the widescreen. So I'd have to get like a CRT TV, but I don't want to get a CRT TV just for that. That seems too much. I don't know. I low key
It's
want to do that.
cheaper to get a CRT
Right.
TV,
Yeah.
because my VHS player was like $400.
What?
Yeah, not
Where
even
did you
kidding.
buy it?
Yeah, I bought. It was the cheapest
Buy?
thing at the time. It was the cheapest thing I could buy,
Was it a refurb?
and it is a refurb. Yes.
That's
Okay.
probably why. That's
Is it-
probably
yeah.
why.
Is a CRT TV? Is it the TV with the VCR like built into it?
Well, no. So there were CRT TVs with built-in VCRs, but CRT just means like it had the big back.
The big tube.
Big back,
tube.
big back. Yeah, it was a tube basically. It wasn't flat
it is
like
rewound?
the modern TVs are. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But there were CRTs that had built-in. I remember. I think we had one back in the day, a built-in VHS player. Those things were heavy as hell too. Those things were fucking 100
Yeah.
pounds probably, depending.
Yeah.
I was
Remember that,
responding
Arnold,
to
remember
Helium
our,
After
our,
Power,
our
by the
giant
way.
TV in the living room?
All my
Yeah.
movies are rewound.
It would swivel like my hips,
Well,
swivel
dude,
around.
how did people get those in and out of their houses back in the day? Some of those, the earlier
Those
widescreen
TVs.
With a
TVs.
lot of
Yeah.
with a lot of help.
Jesus.
Yeah, 4 people, one for each corner.
I feel like for those like big screen TVs, like the biggest you can get at the time.
Yeah.
A lot of those people, and I've noticed this because I go over to my friend's house, and their parents would just have this huge screen TV. I'm like, man, that doesn't look like it fits their front door, but they always have like a double sliding back door. So I'm like, okay, rich people have double doors that are sliding or whatever.
Yeah. I think I'm
and-
getting nostalgic because this movie reminded me so much of like old tech because this is in '84 and you see a lot of the weird tech as well because his dad's an inventor in this movie, but as well the tech we had back in the day.
You know what? Speaking on that, his dad and his mom and things like that. Oh my God, what I would give to have a family like that who is they're all supporting of each other. They really are. Like the son, like obviously, like they're begrudgingly using his products in home,
Yeah.
but they're using his products like they believe in him. And then like his dad believes in his son, and then his mom is just like happy to be there. Like everybody in this family just seems so happy. And then they adopt these gremlins, and it ruins their fucking life.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's how you survive that kind of chaos, though, because you had a
Yeah.
good family.
Yeah.
You all cared about each other and like watched each
Yeah.
other's back, and it spreads to the rest of the town. He like helps that Phoebe Cates, and then helps out other people just because they helped out each other in that family.
Yeah. I read this thing one time. It said, "Of course I had a bad upbringing. I'm funny." Is there something to that? Is there something like being predisposed to being like humorous all the time because you may have had a bit of a rough upbringing? I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get
Yeah. You're funnier when you have childhood trauma.
Yeah, put that on a bumper sticker with our logo on it. By the way.
Yeah.
We can't forget to mention about the family dog and then what was that lady, Miss Weagle or something?
Deagle.
Ms. Deagle.
Weagle. Who's Weagle? Oh, that's the name of a different
Her
movie star.
fucking like Nobody was like appalled by her comments about the dog. They were like, she's like, I'm gonna stick your dog in the microwave and put it on high heat. And then one of the gremlins die that way too, which is kind of funny. But it's just like, damn. I'm like, wow, Cruella de Vil over here.
Straight up, like gonna kill your dog.
Yeah,
like,
I knew she was
hated
gonna
that dog.
I love the way she flew out of the fucking automated wheelchair thing going up the steps and just fucking shot out the window. That was a great moment.
I like that the cops didn't do anything either.
The cops were useless.
Yeah.
So that's strange. Let's get the fuck out of here.
And their brakes, I like how all the gremlins knew to cut their brakes and all kinds of mischief.
Well,
like,
that's
right
the
off
whole
bat.
thing with Gremlins, right? You know what they're supposed to be doing is like
Mischief.
messing with like not just mischief, but like in particular, specifically, they mess with mechanics of a lot of things.
Right.
You know, they'll go into like supposedly that's why some planes would like break because Gremlins got into it and like messed up the plane, or that's the whole thing. That's why they always mess. You see them in the movie messing with a lot of mechanical things.
Yeah, because when the mom's on the phone with Billy at one point, they know to cut the wire so they can cut the communication. I thought, it was funny. They knew all that.
You guys remember the Twilight Zone? So there was a Twilight Zone episode, and then they recreated it for the Twilight Zone movie. And it was that plane scene.
I love that one.
That was technically a gremlin, but I think even before that was an old Bugs Bunny cartoon from 1943, where Bugs Bunny was dealing with a gremlin on that as well. Yeah, it's crazy, but that was technically what were gremlins at the time. Yeah, it was crazy.
I see the
Yeah. I feel like someone took those concepts and just put it into movie form, which that's a great concept, and apparently that concept has been around for a long time. It just never was fully developed into a movie. Like even in the Twilight Zone movie, it's an anthology, so it was just a short at the end of the day. So this is a fully realized concept.
The person who took this concept and kind of fleshed it out, the original person who started writing the script for this was Chris Columbus, the writer of Home Alone.
Who did Home Alone.
Yep.
I did not know that. That's
While
crazy.
we're on this subject of strange connections, the singing voice of Aladdin, the original, he's the showrunner from It Welcome to Derry right now. Like, he became the showrunner.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the singer voice of Aladdin is running, which is, by the way, is great. If you watch the Never Seen It podcast, I do weekly reviews on each episode. No, but yeah, it's the same guy.
Yeah.
That was great. I love that episode of The Twilight Zone, by the way, with John Lithgow on the plane.
HLP mentions the neighbor was mentioning that too, and saying that is how a lot of planes crashed.
Yeah, because it was. Yeah, exactly. Wasn't that like a fear, real fear at some point in history too? That's crazy.
Yeah, I think
work, dude. Yeah,
that was the whole thing. Like with early days of mass airlines flying, commercial flying. It was this fear of people like not wanting to fly because they were afraid of gremlins.
Wow,
that is still okay. Knowing all of this now, that is low-key the most racist shit of all time. That's so fucking racist, dude.
I mean, America was founded on racism, my friend.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
Rick Rude, by the way, looks like a Benson Boone, but way buffer. He's got that same curl, that Jerry curl, that mustache.
You know what?
Washboard
Rick Rude looks like? He looks the guy from Weapons, the police officer.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I see it.
Hilarious.
I see it. If he took a bunch of HGH and worked out creatine, I could see it.
I missed that episode. I missed that movie. I gotta watch that movie.
It's okay.
You should watch it.
Right.
You should watch it.
It's really good, Arnold.
There's a lot of gremlins in that movie.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they're disguised as children.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's Gremlins, gentlemen. I mean, we talked about a lot. I feel like we could probably go on a little bit more, but how are we feeling? Are we trying to wrap her up? This is the Christmas episode, so maybe people are trying to unwrap their gifts. I don't know.
I don't know. What do you guys like?
I pulled an Arnold.
What are your guys? And I'll pose this question: what are you guys' Christmas wishes for this coming year, as far as movies go?
We touched on this a little bit in the general discussion episode we did recently. I'm really hyped for Project Hail Mary next year because I read the book. The book was awesome. It stars Ryan Gosling. It's Phil Lord and Eric Miller. I think those are their names. they've done the Lego movies. I mean, they're funny, talented dudes. So I have faith that Project Hail Mary is going to be great. So that's what I'm looking forward to. That's my Christmas hope or New Year's, whatever, that movie's going to be a banger. But yeah, that's mine.
Go ahead.
Go around the room.
I feel like Arnold.
Yeah, Arnold, look like you want to say something. Yeah, I don't know.
no.
A pop filter, by the way. That's interesting.
No, I was just gonna get up because it's an hour now.
Oh yeah,
Another 30 minutes. Okay, just a quick little couple revolutions.
Little.
Woo.
Okay.
They call you the Hurricane Arnold.
Chilpy, don't say that.
What do you say? Unwrap my
wrist.
Oh, I don't know if we should read
Across
that in
the
there.
street. And
God.
not down the
why is he
street.
tied up?
We're going to get a content violation from the Illuminati.
Yeah, but
No, he must be
I
tied
don't know.
up.
My Christmas wish for 2026. My wish is that as much as we talk crap about like the Marvel movies and stuff like that recently, my wish is that Avengers Doomsday will actually be good. I don't know. I have zero hope for like the future of Marvel these days. I have way more hope in the DCU, especially after watching Superman and Peacemaker. Like,
James Gunn.
even then, even
James
the
Gunn.
future.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: like with Netflix buying the Warner Brothers studio, again,
Yeah.
that throws things into like a weird space. So, my hope that in the 2026, my real hope is that indie films make a huge impact. Huge impact. I want indie films to just go crazy, put out some of the best films that like just kind of like show that film is important, that you could do a film that doesn't need doesn't need to be tentpole crap.
Yeah.
You don't need like IPs that are
Right.
already proven. You could make a good movie and just have it exist.
Weapons and Sinners are two perfect examples. Rosemead is a great example.
Rosemead.
Lieutenant Grow, another
Yep.
great example.
Yep.
Like Honora wasn't a big studio movie, was it? I mean, and that won a bunch of Oscars.
It was A24.
A24. They
No, it was Neon.
It was Neon.
But still,
There you
Neon
go.
was is a small.
Yeah.
I mean, Takeout. We want that was and it's getting some older films like that are getting traction.
Yeah.
Especially with
Yeah.
all these like 4K like what do you call it?
Transfers.
Refurbishments.
Yeah, 4K transfers. Yeah.
Yeah, the 4K
So
transfers.
why can't Lawnmower Man? We got to bring that back.
I mean, it's possible.
Bring it back. Remake Lawnmower Man.
Well,
Make it what Stephen King wrote.
No, what do you guys think about this? They're doing theatrical re-releases of a lot of older movies now, and like recently they did Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair,
yeah.
which is
Well, it's coming
how
out right
he
now.
Right, so I think we're going to see more of that, maybe like re-releases of popular older movies, possibly like theatrical releases. I mean, that
I mean,
might be.
they're doing that's what the 4K restorations. That's what I was trying to say.
Back
the
to the
4K.
Future had a theatrical re-release recently. I didn't go watch it, but I heard about it.
Yeah, I wish I'd gone to see that.
You know what? 12 Angry Men. Let's do a theatrical re-release of 12. I love that movie. That's
love
a
that
great movie. It's all dialogue driven because it was
I
based
saw
on
the
a play.
HBO remake of that. It made me not want to watch the original.
I know what you're talking about. I have
don't
not
think-
seen that one. I
don't think I've ever
rewatched the
seen that.
original. It's a great movie. It's just 12 dudes in a room talking about this murder case. Really good. Really good stuff.
Sounds kinky.
Is it an older movie?
It is. It's a black and white. Speaking of black and white movies.
I think
Yeah.
I remember watching this in high school.
Yeah, so did we. Yeah.
It was a class that I think it was around the same time where one of the guys who right before walking into the class he inhaled a balloon of nitrous and then he was like tripping out and he was knocking over all the desks and everything and the teacher was like, he's having a seizure, but I knew damn well that he just inhaled the entire balloon of nitrous and he was high.
Is that like doing whippets? Sort of.
It's it's sort of, I think
That
like
takes you
whippets.
back, doesn't it?
It's like
Yeah.
doing whippets and nitrous at the same time.
Oh shit! Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Anyway,
worries. The only thing I can I've been thinking about it. The only thing I think for 2026, just something that we talked about a lot on the podcast or even in the chat, was how there's so much like part twos of things and not a lot of original stuff, and so we kind of you did talk about that a little bit, but I just not like studios not wanting to get like not worrying so much about return on investment, but yeah, just some good original
I mean, it used to be
Stuff.
that you had your big tentpole, big IP movies, and then you used that money to fund the more medium budget movies, the smaller indie movies, you know, your Office Spaces, right? Like those types of movies in the 90s and stuff. But now they're still kind of doing that, but not as much, it seems. I don't know. Like, I feel like they're just like, let's mostly make the big shit.
I saw a little video on Instagram recently, actually today, and they were talking about, like, used to be where, like, people would recommend, if you're gonna make a movie, don't use your own money. But now it's like,
Yeah.
you know, they're saying the only way you can make money is to use your own money, because, like, what happens is, you know, these big studios take like 40-50%, and then the other 60% is for the artist. But how many artists are involved in the making of that film? So you have to pay not yourself just as the director and writer and editor or whatever, but other people that you had, you know, like brought in to help you make this film, right? So like you kind of almost are these days as an independent filmmaker are forced to use your own money if you want to make money.
Yeah.
And you have to like take a risk on yourself now, because like if you do, like even with distribution, like modern day distribution, they take such a huge cut. Whereas like there used to be an aggregator now where like you could just pay up front a small fee, and then they send it to all the different streaming sites, so you could get it on iTunes, and you know. But I think there's like ones now that like are still doing that. They're like that model. I can't remember the video that I saw, but that model of that from that company is no longer what it is. But there are other ones where they have like what do you call it? You pay the nominal fee up front, and then the rest of in perpetuity, you get the money. And then there's other ones where you like they aggregate everything, but whatever you make, they get a smaller chunk than if you were to pay up front to like a distributor. You know?
Yeah, that's an interesting. I hope something like that works out. You know, we should also mention Letterboxd is doing their own curated video store.
Exactly, and they're working with like a lot of independent filmmakers.
Good.
And, you know,
yeah, that's. I hope it works out. I hope that might be an avenue for your Gil Brancos of the world to release in their movies, right? To distribute. Yeah. I mean, look at he made his own movie, right?
Shout out to Gil Branco.
Yeah. Shout out to Gil Branco. He's at it, man. You know, shout out to the people that made Lieutenant Girl. Again, small budget, micro budget, and it was a great movie. So sorry, you were gonna say something.
You got to spend money to make money.
Yeah,
that applies to a lot of things.
It's a business decision at the end of the day. At least that's what I've heard. But Justin, what are you looking forward to next year? What's your Christmas wish for 2026?
I agree with Arnold and Alex. I agree with everybody on this one. I'm tired of sequels. I want some original ideas. I saw Zootopia 2. It was fun. I had a good time.
It was fun.
It was actually a really good movie. Real well written.
It's exactly what you would expect it to be.
Exactly.
Right.
The funny thing is, I saw that in a drive-in theater.
Oh, nice.
It was pretty awesome, honestly, experiencing that. Maybe that added to the
vibes.
I'm not even going to lie to you guys. Like, I've been coming up with some concepts lately.
Nice.
And I think what I'm expecting this year to be is going to be the year where I actually fucking do something. Where I really would love to film my own movie.
You should.
I think 2026 is going to be the year where I get some shit done, and I'm going to come up with my original concept. Aside from that, I'm looking forward to Iron Lung by Markiplier. I really am.
I don't know who that is. That sounds very familiar.
Markiplier is a Let's Play gamer on YouTube.
Okay.
I met him in person at Comic-Con, by the way.
Nice.
At the Alien booth. When Alien Isolation was coming out, and I think that was like 2014, 15, something like that.
Is that a video game?
Alien Isolation is a video game, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I've seen clips of that. It looks creepy as shit.
We were both in line to play it. So he was at the Petco Park when they had the gaming stuff at one point, and I met him there. Well, apparently he was writing and directing and acting in his own movie, which will be released across the country in theaters, and the movie is called Iron Lung. Now,
oh, nice.
You know, I'm a little bit skeptical when it comes to like influencers making movies, but I feel like the directors of like Talk to Me and Bring Her Back really have proven that there should be no shade against someone wanting to make original content.
No.
And I think Iron Lung, even though he's directing, writing, and acting in that movie, I think this is a positive step forward and is allowing new ideas to come out. Iron Lung isn't an original idea. This is a creepypasta that was made on the internet, but Markiplier is taking that concept and making it his own, and I'm really excited for Iron Lung.
I'm almost surprised you didn't mention the Backrooms movie.
I'm excited for the Backrooms movie, but I'm a little skeptical because it's such an oddball concept.
It is.
That there's a lot of when you're playing the games, there's a lot of dead space. Yeah. No pun intended. But it's a little hard for me to grasp, and I know it's being produced by A24, but I don't know. I trust A24. I really do. But there's going to be, I know for a fact, there's going to be a point in time where A24 is going to fumble something. There's got to be a time. It might be this one. I'm skeptical of that, which is why I'm not entirely too excited about Backrooms. I mean, I'm excited in the sense that a Backrooms movie is being made, but I'm more excited for Iron Lung.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What's his name? Chris Stuckman got a lot of shit for his Shelby Oaks movie. I haven't seen it. But here's the thing. Maybe it's not that good. I don't know. I haven't watched it, but maybe that is going to be his way of evolving and becoming better as an artist, right? Like maybe his next one is a banger. Because I watched, what was the one with Bill Skarsgård where he's in the basement and what was that
Barbarian.
called? I watched Barbarian. I was like, okay, yeah, it was okay. And then I watched Weapons and I'm like, oh, look at that. From one movie to the next, he's already become a better filmmaker overnight, you know what I mean? So
personally, I wasn't that big of a fan of Barbarian. I really wasn't. And it was like the concept was great until it wasn't.
Yeah,
for me.
And that guy was also, he wasn't a YouTuber necessarily, but he was like he was in that sketch comedy group, right?
Yeah. Whitest Kids You Know.
Yeah. The comedy to horror filmmaker pipeline is a real thing, man. Jordan Peele, same route from being a comedian to being a horror director. So
Cannibal the Musical.
Trey Parker, Matt Stone.
I mean,
exactly. Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
All this to say is that we should encourage these artists to keep making their art. Fuck the IPs and of the world. That's all going to do great somehow, in China or whatever other big market it goes to. But here at home, let's keep supporting the smaller artists that are evolving and learning their craft, right? So your Zach Kragers and your Chris Stuckmans and your what's his name, Markipliers of the world, Markiplier, yeah. Well, good talk, gentlemen. I feel like we went a little long, but that's fine. We always tend to do that anyway, so it's all good. Let's. I think we're at that point. Let's go around and give our final thoughts. Arnold, I'll start with you. Gremlins. What are your final? Actually, no. Sorry. I go with you last, Arnold. My bad. Justin, let's do your final thoughts really quick.
Whoa, me first?
Yeah.
I declare.
I'm trying to stick with the format. You know what I mean?
No, it's okay to go off the format every now and again.
Yeah, you're right. I should. We started it tonight. Notice how tonight it was very much a much more open discussion.
Yeah.
It's Christmas, so let's we're in the holiday spirit.
I didn't pre-write anything this time because I don't think I need to for this movie. I love Gremlins. I go to this movie every single year. I watch it at least once. The puppetry of this movie is fantastic. I honestly forget who does the puppets for this movie, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's someone we knew already. I didn't do any research on it. The acting is a little campy. Some scenes are a little racist, but I believe that brings the spirit of Christmas all together. One big harmony. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I fucking love Gremlins. I love Gremlins 2, the new batch. And I'm actually very excited to see what they do with Gremlins 3. I hope they don't fuck it up. I hope they use practical effects. There's so much on my Christmas wish list for Gremlins 3 that, I hope it's something that I can enjoy as well as like the new generation of people who've never seen Gremlins before. And I hope that third movie allows people to go back and be like, I didn't know there was a Gremlins 1 and 2, so we're going to get an influx of Gremlins pretty soon once that movie comes out, and I believe they're done with production or something like that with that movie. I don't know. I'm not even really too sure. But I hope it comes out soon. I love it. I can't go a year without it. Gizmo is so cute and ugly. I love the morphed hybrid gremlins. They're so ugly and mischievous and things like that. And all around, it's a very heartwarming movie, even with all the chaos that's in between it. I give this movie a 5 out of 5, dude. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. That's my opinion, man. Find me on all social medias, GhostNerd88 or Shibs the Zombie, and maybe I'll follow you back if you put out some good shit. I don't know.
Christmas came early this year. Thank you, Justin. By the way, Chris Wallace was led the team, and he's done the special effects for Gremlins, the movies like The Fly, Deep Star 6, Gremlins, A Puppet Story. I never heard of that. I think that was a documentary. So Chris Wallace was...
Can I say one last thing?
Absolutely, go ahead.
The fucking theme song and soundtrack for this movie, my favorite.
Yeah. I think that was Jerry Goldsmith did the soundtrack. Yeah, it was who was it? Sorry, I had a point. Jerry Goldsmith. Yep, it was Jerry Goldsmith.
The guy who appears in the background of that convention scene.
The Mummy. Oh, I don't know. He did Alien, L.A. Confidential, Poltergeist, Total Recall. Wow, this guy, Jerry Goldsmith is a legend. A living legend, I should say.
HLP says racist equals Christmas.
You're not too far off, HLP. You're not too far off. Alex.
White Jesus? That's crazy.
Yeah. And there was a guy named Matt in the Middle East during those times, apparently, too. So, and Luke, somehow. Where's Perry? I don't know. Alex, final thoughts on Gremlins.
All right. Yeah, so this is one of my all-time favorite movies. I think it's such a fun movie. When I was a kid, I didn't realize it was a Christmas movie, but as I got older, I was like, oh yeah, it is a Christmas movie. I mean, I didn't put two and two together. But I was like, what, 7, 8 when we first watched this or whatever. I can't remember when I first watched it. It was like on the like I was saying is on like the small collection that our Uncle Rudy had of like VHS tapes. He was like one of the first like family members that we knew that owned a VHS player. So I wonder if it came with a bundle. And that included Golden Child. But yeah, so just some notes that I have. There's one of my favorite lines in the movie is "Gizmo caca" when they throw Gizmo into the laundry chute. Gizmo caca.
I didn't catch that.
You didn't catch that? That's
I didn't
hilarious.
catch that.
I remember that.
Yeah, Gizmo caca. And then another tie with like Spielberg is Joe Dante. Joe Dante not only directing this, but he directed Piranha, which is like the spoof on Jaws. Yeah, so that's another tie.
And not to mention Small Soldiers.
That's right. Joe Dante did Small Soldiers.
Inner Space? He did Inner Space. Wow, yeah. Sorry, keep going.
And then, what is that? One of the things I noticed is, like, at the very beginning of the movie, at the shop, like, the Asian kid, he's wearing a New York Yankees hat. What is it with, like, Asian kids in the 80s wearing New York Yankees hats?
Wasn't Short Round wearing a New
Short
York
Round was
Yankees?
wearing a New York Yankees.
Well, they had a Indiana Jones reference in this movie in that billboard.
I mean, obviously it's Spielberg. Spielberg was like, oh, let's tie this all together. You know, all Asian kids have like wear New York Yankees hats. I don't know.
Yeah, even in the Midwest.
When I saw the lady that goes into the bank, the one that hates the dog, I was like, I wrote let's see, where did I put it? No such thing as moral billionaires. The wealthy don't care about people. They're rich because they value money over people, which is absolutely what she was doing. She was like shutting down. She didn't care about, like, when she was going to the bank, she was like that mom was trying to plead to help, like, get, like, save the home, and like they don't have any food, and she's like, you see the mom. The kids walking off, they're like, Mom, I'm hungry. I know, dear, me too. Yeah. And it's like, dude, this millionaire lady doesn't care about people, and that's how, that's why they're rich. Because they don't care about people.
Yeah. That's how they stay rich.
Exactly. That's how they stay rich. Let's see. And, of course, like my...
She was like Mr. Potter from that movie, the famous one. It's a Wonderful Life.
And my assessment of like the whole situation with the Gremlins is, of course, dumb Americans don't listen to the warnings of the old Asian man.
Again, Reagan-era, you know what I mean?
Peak here's the thing, it's like you look at it, like this is, it just shows that, these ancient Eastern philosophies and like cultures have a lot to say, and you're not like listening to them. It's like, this is commentary on like Western society, like they think that they know everything. They want to but if as racist as this movie can show, this is like commentary that, come on, like these Eastern cultures know a lot more than these Western cultures give credit to.
Yeah.
Let's see. Billy's mom is badass, like we talked about. She stabs that gremlin to death. The killings are brutal. They really are. For like a movie that comes off as like a family film, unsuspecting horror film, like you rarely see that, right? You don't see that a lot.
I like that they made the blood of the gremlins green, so it wouldn't appear too gory, I guess.
Yeah. And then, but yeah, that's pretty much like the notes that I took. I really love this film, like just like Justin. I'm a huge fan. I've been a huge fan forever. Obviously, I have this, sitting next to my head as I'm sleeping every night. I bought like a NECA Gremlins action figure that has like that's like a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, that has Gizmo carrying one of those gigantic San Diego Comic-Con bags that they give out for free. And I any chance I get to get merch that I genuinely would wear or own, it's definitely something I will consider highly. They actually I think that artist Scott C released a greatest showdowns, and it was like the Chinese man holding the Gizmo with the with Gizmo in the box, and then the dad trying to buy Gizmo. So it's like that was like the showdown. Is like the two people, the opposite sides in the sense, But yeah, for me, it's a 4 out of 5. Always entertaining. Always a recommended watch. I'll watch it over and over again. And you can find me at Daily Dares on all of the socials.
Nice. Yeah, I need to watch Gremlins too now. I feel like I can actually watch this with my kid. It wasn't that bad, so I might do that. I might say, we're going to watch a cute little Christmas movie and see how he reacts. My buddy Brian is in the chat. He says, I really want your gremlin. I really want your gremlin sexy. Can you be my Gizmo? I'll put you in my pocket. No, thanks. That's okay. But thank you for being in the chat, though, Brian. Really appreciate that. Arnold, on to you now, my friend. What are your final thoughts? And then what comes after that. So, but tell us your final thoughts first.
Okay, so final thoughts. Well, I did watch this a long time ago, and the only thing that I remembered was the opening scene when the dad, he's like in Chinatown somewhere. When we were little, and actually growing up, it's just something that my parents would love to do. They would love to go to Chinatown. Whatever big city that we went to, we got to go to Chinatown. And so that Chinatown, for what I took from it was like, that was what I thought a Chinatown should look like. Dark. You'll find some secretive things like a gremlin. And then we went to a Chinatown like in LA, and it was not like that. It was like Chinatown. It was like slightly dangerous because there was all the gangs and stuff, and there was a lot of concern for that. And so my view of Chinatown changed pretty quick. But anyways, no, of course, Molly hacking right there. And then the gremlin so cute.
You got a little gremlin in your house right now.
Yeah, she's causing a lot. I didn't know that. I know that that's what they were doing in the movie, but not Gizmo.
Gizmo caca.
Gizmo was just so cute when you brought that up, and I remember when we were watching this for the podcast, when it said Gizmo caca, it reminded me of my granddaughter when I had to change her diaper, and then she just looked at me and she's all caca, and yeah, because she went poo poo, but. And it didn't dawn on me that this was a Christmas movie. I didn't even remember that at all. Now I know. But yeah, it was a very fun movie. It was entertaining. I love the Yeah, like you said, the puppetry and the of all the Gremlins, and it just a fun movie to watch, and I definitely want to watch Gremlins 2. I have some regret of selling some of my San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Gremlins stuff. I had some exclusive Gremlins toys that I think I remember Alex telling me like, no, I think you should keep it. Don't sell it. But I sold it. Maybe I'll buy it back. I don't know. Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. And might need to add it to my Christmas rotation of movies.
With Die Hard and
Home Alone. 1 and 2 only.
1 and 2 only, yeah. Those are the only ones that exist.
Die Hard on.
Die Hard on. Yeah, that's a classic, Arnold.
Can I point something out, you guys, if you don't mind? Real
of course.
Quick? Because I think Brian may sort of have brought it up in the chat, but I that's one thing I did notice and I wanted to talk about is at the very end of the movie, right before the credits roll, or actually when the credits are rolling, I like how the dad is like, he just narrates like the end of the movie and then he just leaves the house and then just walks down the street. And then what does he just like not go back to his home? He just ends up just walking into the distance. I'm like, where the fuck is he going on Christmas night?
He realizes he messed up and he's like going to like live away from everybody.
Yeah. He's gonna go get on an airplane and he's gonna see a gremlin on the wing, probably. No.
The world is all safe now that the Asian dude took Gizmo.
Yeah. So
back
they
home.
say, because there's some like gremlin laughing at the end of the credits.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, same here.
Is that the first ever after credits?
Yeah. First ever after credits scene. Gremlins laugh and then new batch comes out. By the way, I will say, I said this in chat too, but I'm going to say the girl gremlin in Gremlins 2, that's my hear me out, you guys. That's my hear me out.
I give this for my letterbox. I give it a solid 3 out of 5.
Heck yeah. Well,
At Arnie Collego everywhere.
Arnold, it's that time of the show. It's that time, my favorite part of the show. The Arnold snooze-o-meter. Dun, 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 dun. Is that the
We
wedding
need
theme?
music, Adrian. We need
I have
it.
it. I'm too lazy to put it in the edit. I have it, though.
I'm about to do it myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't Riverside like have like a trigger where you can like, you know,
Actually, it does. I'll have to
we need
figure
to start
that out.
utilizing it.
Yeah.
Some fun ones.
I'm triggered.
Believe me. No. Arnold, yeah. What's your snooze-o-meter rating?
A 0Z.
Wow.
It was all good. It was fun. I loved it. Like, you know, every time I see Gizmo, we watch it together, a group of us, and we're just like, like from Gizmo playing the piano or playing the keyboard. That's probably one of the. And how he's just like watching TV, like all cuddled, like super comfortable.
Yeah.
Man,
That was our Grogu before Grogu, right?
okay, I admit. So what's Grogu again?
Baby Yoda
Oh, I know.
from Mandalorian. His real name's Grogu, not Baby
Yeah.
Yoda. They were
I know.
calling him Baby Yoda because he's the same species as Yoda.
Grogu who?
But that was before we found out his actual name. Everybody was just calling him Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah, I was like, I don't care about Star Wars anymore.
Yeah.
I like Gizmo better.
That's fine. That's fine.
Me too. I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
I feel like Gizmo was more of an organic potential to sell toys, whereas Grogu felt forced. You know, it's like Disney said, it's always written by committee, and they're like, we need the cute character to move merchandise.
The funny thing though
no.
is with
I
Grogu,
think my
they didn't
headcanon.
have any merch for almost a year.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
really?
what I was about to say. That I was like, they didn't know how that was going to play out. Obviously, because there was no Grogu merch. People made their own Grogu
Yep.
merch.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
when you went to Comic-Con that year, there was nothing. Nothing. The year that The
Interesting.
Mandalorian came out,
Yeah.
nothing.
Maybe the real Grogu merch are the friends we made along the way. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just talking shit at this point.
No, I got a Grogu enamel pin, so that's
Oh, there you go.
I have a Grogu plush up in this corner over here.
Oh,
So
nice.
maybe I'll bring it down.
Do you have a face hugger behind you? Is that what I'm seeing? What is that spider-looking thing behind you?
Yeah, that's a face hugger. Yeah.
Nice.
And then
You need to put a light back there so we can have a nice image of your background.
Yeah.
By the way.
I have the Grogu, and I don't know. You can see him. He's like right there.
Oh yeah.
That's the Grogu right there. I have a lot
Brought
of
to you in
I have
Super
look,
HD.
Look at all the cool stuff I have in here.
Look
What's
at
that PSCC?
The Palm Springs.
The
Comic-Con.
Palm Springs Comic Con.
That's a throwback.
Man. Yeah.
But
If you know, you know.
if you know, you know.
If
Arnold,
you don't know,
thanks for
you
this.
suck.
There's a meter score.
If you don't know, you didn't
Yeah.
come. You didn't come. So fuck
You
you.
didn't come.
Because we came all right.
all
We're
over
gonna come
together.
again.
all over it.
Right now.
We're coming hard.
Yeah. Arnold, yeah, thanks
Adrian,
for that.
Adrian, you
Yes.
come next. I mean, what's B-O-O-T-Z too big? What's next?
My final thoughts. I enjoyed this movie. It was campy. It was dumb. I think it's a product of its time. Like I was saying earlier, the whole just Reagan-era American exceptionalism sprinkled throughout, not to mention the racism. Putting that aside, I think it stands on its own 2 feet as a campy, semi-horror, semi-Christmas movie. Gizmo's cute. He's iconic. Even the Stripe Gremlin is iconic, I think, at this point. And if we watch Gremlins 2, I'm sure the Lady Gremlin is going to be iconic as well. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I think I will watch this with my kid. I think it's important. I think it's important to show your kids the classics. I don't care how old they are. You know what I mean? This movie came out in 1984, 2 years before I was born. And I think it still holds up. Just like as far as rewatchability, I mean, Justin, you mentioned this is your yearly Christmas watch. Like, this does have a high rewatch value, and you know how important that is to me because I've seen some great movies that I'll never watch again, like Uncut Gems. But this movie is super rewatchable. A lot of mileage you can get out of it, and for that, I gave this a strong 3 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd. And you can find me on Letterboxd at Boots Too Big. You can find the show everywhere else. Follow the show, Never Seen a Podcast, on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, Facebook, X. Visit our website, neverseenapodcast.com. Email us, podcast.neverseenit@gmail.com. Let's get some merch out there, guys. We'll get some merch out there eventually. We'd love to hear from you. Let's open our own video store of obscure movies and shit from years past. Subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. If you like the show on any of those platforms or wherever you get your podcasts, leave us a message. Leave us a review, I should say. And a big thanks to Mr. Kyle Mapson, the Burn Cycle, for our intro and outro music. You can follow Kyle on Instagram at selfies_food_and_pets. Thank you for listening. Any final thoughts? Justin, you're here tonight. Any final thoughts from the gentleman?
Arnold
I
Gaga.
really don't have any final thoughts. It's rare. Usually I quote something from the movie that we watch, but you know what? Happy holidays, everybody. I don't
that's
really
right.
celebrate.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I like it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Happy
everyone.
holidays,
The
and-
animal.
And really quick, thanks to our friends in the chat, Brian and Healing Laughter Power, for holding up the conversation at some parts. Healing Laughter Power, really quick, he said Star Wars was solely made for merch. That is why Lucas wanted to own the rights. And that's actually true. Then he says, Lady Gremlin opens doors for me. What kind of doors, HLP? No. But thanks for hanging out with us in the chat. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's say good night and Merry Christmas to ye chat. Good night, guys.
Merry
Yeah, we're going to...
Christmas.